Please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, please confirm to me, guys. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are going to be. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, guys, please type in questions box. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Yeah. Guys, then advanced Java at 7:30 batch is not for you. Don't come for that advanced Java class. That is not at all for you. Guys, please remember this. What I am telling there. Advanced Java batch at 7:30 is not for you. Okay, Praveen, Vajay, Praveen. Then just I'm giving clarity. Don't join for advanced Java. Then now immediately it's not required. Then for you separately, I will start advanced Java. Okay, for you separately, I'm going to start advanced Java. Clear? Right. Right. Thank you. Right. Good evening, guys. And check it. What content here we discussed there. And I want to give some notes related link for this class as there. Now let us go for this document here. I've given some document already, some content. Uh, right, so just give 2 minutes of time, or else maybe let me complete the remaining part here in the Java history. Then at the end, I will give the document URL for the sake of this notes. I will give that. Okay, right. Now come for the content here. What we completed there in the last class, no? Java history, the total part here I started here, where up to some part of the history I started. Okay, what topic here we started there? What is the requirement to provide Java programming language to the market? If we come for this point, answer is very clear. In 1991, Sun Microsystems had a requirement to prepare a new programming language in order to prepare softwares for electronic consumer devices like cable TV switch boxes, remote controllers, and so on. For this particular reason, why Sun Microsystems decided to prepare a new programming language. For that, they have taken nearly 30 members team led by James Gosling and Patrick Nathan. With this 30 members team, Sun Microsystems has started a project. What is the name of the project there? Green Project. Green Project was started. In Green Project, they want to prepare a new programming language. That programming language should have some features. What features they want to provide in their new programming language? That new programming language should be what there? Simple. That new programming language should be what there? Tight coded. That new programming language should be what there? Architectural neutral. Sir, are you getting it or not? Then immediately we have to think about it. Why it should be simple programming language? What exactly the factors they have included for this simple programming language? All right. That programming language is simple. Why? Because that programming language should take less execution time. That programming language should take less memory. That programming language should take like what there? Less power consumption, less energy consumption, whatever it may be. Now tell me, what is the impact of this less execution time? I given some points here. If that execution time is less, performance of the end product will be increased or not? Next one, if the less memory, if the end product is having less memory, automatically cost of the product will be reduced or not? Next one, if the energy consumption is less or power consumption is lesser, maintenance cost of the end product will be reduced. These are the impacts of this all the features. No, so anyway, whatever it may be, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It should be a simple programming language. It must have less execution time. It must take less memory, and it must take less power consumption. They're the points here. Next one is second one is what the tight coded. What is the meaning of this tight coded here? No, already I've taken an example. Stack is an example I've taken. In stack, we are able to perform three types of operations. What are the three types of operations here we are performing there? Push operation, pop operation, pick operation. In a C programming language, to perform push operation, nearly 20 lines of code here we are going to consume. To perform pop operation, again 20 lines of code here we are going to consume. On an average, again 20 lines of code for the sake of what their peak operation. Overall, how many instructions here we are going to consume for stack operations? No, 60 lines of code. But in the case of Java programming language, the same stack operations we are able to complete within 4 lines of code. Just within 4 lines of code, we can complete it, the same stack operations. Got it or not? All right, sir. Now here the point is what? Point is what there? If any programming language takes a less number of instructions to implement a particular requirement, or to implement a particular requirement, to provide coding part for a particular requirement, if any programming language takes less number of instructions, then that programming language is called tight coded programming language. That programming language is what? Their tight coded programming language. Now tell me, between C and Java, I given some comparison. In between C and Java, which one is a tight coded and which one is a loose coded here? No, C is what? Their loose coded, but Java is what? Their tight coded programming language. Good. Next one is what? After this, architectural neutral programming language. What's the meaning of this architectural neutral programming language? No, what's the meaning of it? No, I given one simple statement here. Okay. Before that, I want to give some explanation. Now try to understand it clearly. For example, listen, all of you listen carefully. For example, I'm taking Java classes now. Listen, understand carefully. I'm taking Java classes now. Of course, today I'm providing some demo class, for example. Okay. And outside of this classroom, if I put a bot, notice, what is that notice there? If you want to attend Java classes, you must be a BTech graduate and you must be a computer science student. Then only you're eligible to attend my class. If I put a board like this, assume it, how many members can attend my classes? Point number one. Case number one, I said to you. Case number two, same. If I put a notice in my notice board, any graduate can attend my Java classes. No restrictions. Any graduate can attend my Java classes. No restrictions. If I put this board in outside, two cases I've given there. In which case more number of people will come? Definitely second case. Any graduate can attend my class, in the sense all members are eligible to attend my classes. Second case, more number of students will come. When more number of students are listening my class, automatically more demand will be increased for my class. Not only in the point of my classes there, I'm telling that I have a product. When my product is available to the more number of people, automatically more demand will come for that product. If my product is available for less number of people, automatically demand for my product will be reduced. Am I right or not? When my product is available, when my product is required for more number of people, more demand will come. When my product is required for less number of people, less demand will come. Am I right or not? But when it is possible to make available my product to more number of people, when more number of people are eligible, then it is available to more number of people. When less number of people are eligible, for less number of people only my product is reachable. Understand my point? So similarly, here the point is what? Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It must not be bound with any particular operating system. It must not be bound with any particular hardware system. It must be available to every operating system and every hardware system. It must be available to every operating system and every hardware system. In that way, Sun Microsystems wants to provide their new programming language. Then only it will be available to everybody in outside. I'll forget my point or not. So because of that reason only, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a programming language, new programming language. It should be like what there, an architectural neutral programming language. Here the architectural, in the sense what there, hardware system. Architecture is what there, hardware system. Right, sir. That new programming language should be, right, programming languages should be independent of all the hardware systems. Independent of all the what their hardware systems. Automatically it will come independent of all the operating systems also. So because of that reason, this programming language is what there an architectural neutral programming language. That's it. Now these are the three qualities or features that some people wants to see on their new programming language. Is it? All of you getting my points or not clearly what I'm telling you now? Right, sir. Now this is okay, fine. This is clear cut information here. We can understand. Okay, fine. All right, sir. At the end of 1992, at the end of 1992, new programming language was prepared, completed. The programming language was completed at the end of what there 1992. That's okay, completed. Then after completion of this after completion of this new programming language, some people wants to give a name to this new programming language. Sun Microsystems wants to give a particular name to the new programming language. They are searching for the name. They are searching for the name. They want to give a name for the new programming language. Understand it clearly now. Meanwhile, what James Gosling has done there, when he sat in his cabin at Sun Microsystems, he always likes to see one type of tree through his cabin window. When he sat in his cabin, he always likes to see one type of tree through his cabin window. Okay, the name of the tree is what there? Oak is the name of the tree. He had a thought. He wants to give this oak is the name to the new programming language. Then, as he liked that particular tree, as he liked to see this particular tree through his cabin window, he wants to give this name to the new programming language. Then he has sent that proposal to Sun Microsystems. James Gosling has sent the proposals to Sun Microsystems. Unfortunately, Sun Microsystems has rejected James Gosling's opinion. Sun Microsystems has not accepted the James Gosling's proposals. Why? What is the reason for it? No, reason is very simple. Before 1992, before 1991, there was a programming language whose name is Voc. Already one programming language is already existed with the name is what there? Voc. So we should not give again the same name to our new programming language. If we give the same name or related name to our new programming language, people may think about it. It may be an extension of the old programming language. Unnecessarily, we are going to lose the identity for our new programming language. Our new programming language lost its identity if we give this type of name there. Then again, people are searching for a new name for the new programming language. Is it? All of you are getting it or not? Clearly, no. All right, sir. Then while searching for the name or while doing this, while preparing this new programming language, all Sun engineers are used to go for their cafeteria at Sun Microsystems. Canteen, cafeteria in the sense canteen. They used to go for their cafeteria at Sun Microsystems. At Sun Microsystems cafeteria, they used to take one brand labeled coffee. They used to take one brand labeled coffee or tea, whatever it may be. One brand labeled coffee they used to take at Sun Microsystems there. What was that brand labeled coffee they have taken there? The name of that brand labeled coffee is what there? Java. The name of the brand labeled coffee is what there? Java. They used to take the Java coffee at Sun Microsystems cafeteria, tea or coffee, whatever it may be. They used to take this drink. The name of the drink is what there? Java. Okay. Then immediately, what happened there? These Sun people are getting this kind of thought. They send this proposal to the Sun Microsystems. Just we want to give the Java is a name to the new programming language. Then immediately Sun Microsystems has accepted this name to give for new programming language. Finally, they are given name for the new programming language is what there? Java. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? All right, sir. Now, this is a point here I'm telling there. So, Java is a name for the new programming language. Because of this reason only, we can understand it clearly. In Google, if you search for Java symbol, if you identify this, what you are getting there? Understand it? This is a symbol for Java because of that reason only. Yeah, tea cup or coffee cup, that doesn't matter. And whatever it may be, some cup, saucer, some flames. Understand it now? So because of that reason only. Now, another point here I'm telling there, observe carefully. Java beans symbol. I think so. Here it is available. This is okay, but perfect symbol is not available. EJB symbol. If you observe this, not Java beans, no. EJB's symbol logo. Yeah, it's okay. EJB's logo is okay. Where? No, it is not coming like this. Yeah, Java beans better. EJB logo, I thought of it different. Java beans logo. Yes, sir. What this now is a coffee bean or maybe whatever it may be, some kind of thing now. See, observe this carefully. Then all these names are somewhat related with what their coffee only. All the names which are related with Java is what their coffee only. Am I right or not? But if you identify the names with the Python, Python name is what there? Snake name, right? Framework is what there? Django, Jungle. Right. Then apart from this, Spider. IDs in the case of Python, right? Like this. Just I'm kidding there. They are not having any such type of intention. No, just try to understand it clearly. All right, sir. Anyway, so the point, like what I'm telling to you in this scenario, what is the point here I'm telling to you about this? The symbol for Java is what there? A cup, saucer, and a flames. It means like what there? Teacup or might be then coffee cup. Whatever it may be, coffee or tea, something else. No. Okay, fine. That was clear. Name was given. After giving this name, after giving this particular name to this programming language, at the end of 1992, they prepared the first product on the base of the Java. At the end of the 1992, they prepared the first product in the base of the Java. The name of that first product is what there? Star 7. Understand it clearly. The very first product on Java is a Star 7. It is a remote controller. It's a what there? It's a remote controller. But what is the status of it now? It is a failure product. It's totally a failure product. Sun Microsystems has waited nearly 1.5 years of time to find a customer to take the Star 7. But they didn't identify even a single customer to take the Star 7. Yes, sir. Are you getting it or not? What I'm telling there. The very first product on the base of the Java is what there? Star 7. Sun Microsystems has waited nearly 1.5 years of time to find a customer for what there? The Star 7. But they did not identify even a single customer for the Star 7. It's a totally failure product. Good. 1.5 years of time. In the mid of 1994, at the end of 1992, they prepared Star 7. No product, no customer is available. Nearly 1.5 years of time they waited. In the mid of 1994, there is a demand for www as part of internet. That internet era was started in the mid of 1994 in abroad. In India, when it was started there, in India, that the internet era was started in the year of 2000, 2001 in that time. Sir, are you aware about it now? And outside might be internet centers are available. There is some huge business there by the time in outside. Only for the sake of Yahoo chatting only, people are going to the internet centers there by the time. Chatting app is what there? Yahoo chatting by the time. Okay, right, sir. So internet era was started by this particular 2000, 2001 in India, but in abroad in the mid of 1994. Okay. All right. In the mid of 1994, there is a demand for a www as part of internet. Wherein www, the key feature, the key component is a browser. What is the key component for this www? Browser. See, without having browser, how it is possible to open internet? How it is possible to open our websites? No, not possible. So the key component is what? The browser. Right. By the time, very good demand is available for the browsers. By the time, very good demand is available for the browsers. What browser is available there at that moment there? In the mid of 1994, Mosaic is a browser which is available in outside. Mosaic is a browser name. All right. This browser is getting very good demand. Only that browser is the leading browser in outside there. That was prepared by Mark Anderson. Who is this person? Actually, this Mark Anderson is an undergraduate student at Illinois University at Chicago, Illinois University. All right. He went to the Netscape Communications. He went to what the Netscape Communications for the sake of his internship work, for the sake of project work. He went to the Netscape Communications company. There he prepared this browser as part of his project work. To prepare this browser, he took nearly $6.25 per hour, hourly basis. Per hour, he took nearly $6.25 to prepare that Mosaic browser. There. Of course, later on that name was changed. That's a different story. By the time that Mosaic browser is a very good browser, it is getting very good demand in the mid of 1994. Now, Sun Microsystem people are watching that market carefully. Finally, they understood the intention of the browser and importance of the browser. Then Sun Microsystems has thought of it. They want to prepare their own browser. Then finally, in the mid of 1994, they have taken the steps to prepare a new browser. To prepare a new browser, who has taken the responsibility? In the mid of 1994, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new browser. That new browser preparation responsibility was given to Jonathan Payne and Patrick Norton. Jonathan Payne and Patrick Norton. Both the members have taken responsibility of creating new browser. In the mid of 1994, they taken that responsibility. Again, they have taken nearly 1.5 years of time. At the end of 1995, they completed a browser and they have given name for this browser is what their Hot Java browser. At the end of the 1995, they prepared a browser. They have given name for this browser is what their Hot Java browser. On the basis of Java programming language only, they prepared the browser. Inside this hard Java browser, what features of the Java they have used there? If you observe this, internally they have used applets. What was the topic they have used there internally? Applets. Applets is a topic they have used internally. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? What I am telling there. Good. So hard Java browser was introduced in the end of 1995. See, because of this reason only, most of the people are thinking about it. Java was introduced in the end of the 1995. No, by the time Java was not introduced, by the time only hard Java browser was introduced. By the time what happened, the moment when this browser was provided there, now this browser is what there, successful product. So many people are interested for this product. Now this is successful product. Now people are talking about it. Sun Microsystems has prepared a browser. That browser is very good browser. Some reputation is going on in outside. By the time people are talking about it, how this browser was prepared, how this browser was provided by Sun Microsystems there, then everybody they're thinking about it. They're talking about it internally. Might be Sun Microsystems has a new programming language that is Java. On the basis of Java, this browser was prepared. People are having awareness on it. Then immediately people are sending the request to Sun Microsystems. Why don't you prepare? Why don't you release the Java programming language to the outside market? Can you please provide the Java programming language to the outside market? Then Sun Microsystems has decided they want to provide the Java programming language to the outside market. To release the Java programming language to the outside market, they have set the date. The date is like what there, 1996, January 23rd. They have taken the date. On this particular date, they released the first version of the Java to the market with the name is like what there, JDK 1.0 version. The very first version of the Java was provided by Sun Microsystems on the year 1996, January 23rd, JDK 1.0 version. After that, every 1 year or every 2 years of time, they're trying to release another next versions like that. In the next 1.5 year of time, 1.1 version, next 1.5 year of time, 1.2 version, and so on and so on and so on and so on. They are trying to release it. In the journey of this total Java, JDK 1.0, this is first version, language introduction is going on, but little bit awareness only. Next one is what there, JDK 1.1 now with some updations. Next one is a JDK 1.2 version. This is a a huge version. More and more number of enhancements are provided in this particular version. At present, whatever the Java here we are seeing now, we are observing now, 70% of the Java was provided aligned with 1.2 version only. J to EE, J to ME, J to SE, these three parts are introduced aligned with what version they know? 1.2 version. So this is a milestone in Java. 1.2 version is what their milestone version in Java. Next, after that, namesake versions are available. Like what their JDK 1.3 version, namesake only. JDK 1.4 version, namesake only. JDK 1.5 version. Again here, more number of enhancements are provided. This is again another milestone. And if you're getting it or not, what I'm telling to you. Then after this, now JDK 1.6 version is namesake. JDK 1.7 is also be namesake. One or two features only, important features. No. Again, JDK 1.8 version is another milestone. Main versions, I'm telling them. All right, so next one is what the JDK 1.9 version is a utter flop version, failure version. Features are not much. From 1.8 version onwards, Java people are trying to copy the features from other languages. Before that, Java had their own. Other programming languages are copied from Java. But 1.8 version onwards, Java people are trying to copy the features from other programming languages. Best example is Python. Observe carefully, up to JDK 1.6 version, Java was maintained by Sun Microsystems. Right from 1.7 version onward, Java is available with Oracle Corporation. Java was provided by, Java is maintained by Oracle Corporation. When Java was in Oracle Corporation, from that point onwards, hurry-burly, they are trying to release number of versions and hurry-burly features they are including inside this Java. But of course, then some useful features are available, some of the features are unnecessary, but finally they are maintaining some other content here. So they are searching for other programming languages. In other programming languages, if any feature is good feature, they are trying to copy that. Now, as per my awareness, I can say 15 to 20 number of features from Python. How I knows about it? No, I thought previously both Python and Java, both. I'm able to teach both Java and Python. I've seen that clearly. Understand it clearly now. Right, sir. Okay, whatever it may be. Next one is like what there? JDK 1.10 version. All right, JDK 1.11 version. Again here, somewhat features are included, but the style of Java release was changed from 1.11 version onwards. From this 1.11 version onwards, Java is becoming as a licensed one. The license agreements are changed. License, the total thing was changed. But it was licensed one. But for which users this is licensed one? Not for everybody. For the students, for the teachers, for the individual development, Java is a freeware. But for the corporate users in the sense in the companies, if they want to use Java, they must take the license. Of course, nominal prices only. Up to that, up to now, it's okay, fine. For corporate users, that license is mandatory. For the normal use, license is not mandatory. So for us, no need to take any license. We can use Java, no problem. But for corporate use in the companies, if you want to use Java, the companies have to take license for Java. From which version of Java onwards? No, Java 1.11 version onwards. Observe carefully. Then after this, JDK 1.12 namesake only. And one more point I'm telling there. Before JDK 11 version, there is a gap from one version to another version, some time gap, nearly 2 years of time, 3 years of time. And especially for releasing 1.8 version, they might be taken nearly 6 or 7 years of time. That much of time they have taken, but once they release one version, in the sense, huge number of updations, more number of features, they might be included there. But from Java 11 version onwards, what Oracle is following there, they want to release Java for every 6 months of time. For every 6 months of time, the Oracle people wants to release a new version for Java. Because of that reason only, immediately we are getting Java 11, Java 12, and JDK 1.13. All right, sir. Now JDK 1.14. In JDK 1.14, somewhat okay, but not huge version. Number of not more number of enhancements, no, but somewhat better. when compared with the previous one. Then similarly here, like what there, JDK 1.15. Then what next one here? JDK 1.16. Now after this, JDK 1.17 again. Now here we are having somewhat content here. But of course, as of now here what we are having there, no, JDK 1.18 is existed and JDK 1.19 is available. I think so. As per your says, JDK 1.20 might be. Then we are saying that 20 is also existed then, right? So then it is available. But I didn't check it. 20th version is a long-term support or not, but I don't know. But up to 17th, I followed up. The remaining, of course, I'm going to take all these concepts here. But anyway, but the point I didn't check it. 20th version is a long-term version or not. But up to 17th year, we can understand. These are the milestone versions inside the Java. Sir, if you're getting it or not. But at present, we are having what there? JDK 1.20th version is available that we are going to understand anyway. But I'm telling there, up to JDK 8th version, Java is a stable, completely stable. Afterwards, Java is coming in a rapid manner and like what there? Then rapid manner in the sense, what is the meaning of it? No, in a hurry-burry manner, Java versions are coming. Even I'm telling there, software industry is also be utilized Java 8 version up to this 8 version in a stable manner. Now immediately what happened there? After Java 8 version, no software company is using all the versions now. Now at present, the movement in outside is what there? All companies are trying to migrate directly from 1.8 version to 1.17 version. At present, now companies are directly migrating from 1.8 version to 1.17 directly. Think of it, when companies are using directly 1.17, what is the maintenance, what is the use of these many versions there? To understand that Oracle approach here, Oracle is introducing for every 6 months of time a new version they are introducing now. They have introduced these many versions here, but companies are trying to use directly what they 17 version. Then even they are not touching on, they are not having look on what they these versions there. Now at present, the trend is going on like this. Moreover, the Spring Boot framework, 1.3 version is totally on the basis of the JDK 17, 1.17. So now latest versions of the other frameworks or other tools now, they are prepared on the basis of 1. They are trying to prepare on what their 1.17 version there. That might be the stable version at present. Then immediately you may have a question to me now. So okay, these many versions are available, sir. Then which version I have to learn? Which version we have to learn now? What version is required in outside companies there? But I'm giving the reality. Up to JDK 1.8 version, they have used Java stable in a stable mode. Now directly they are switching from 1.8 version to what version they know? 17. So 17 version they are moving in the sense. Definitely we need to have awareness on 17 version or not. Yeah, now as per these companies, as companies are using now Java 17 version now, then definitely we have to migrate up to, we have to update up to Java 17 version or not. Yeah, definitely here we are going to understand up to 20th version as per my responsibility I will discuss there. But as you are the student, if you want to survive in software industry, definitely we should learn up to at least minimum what there JDK 1.17 version. This is mandatory for everybody. Okay, of course then by completing your course, if Java 21 is coming there, I don't have any problem. I'll update it and I will give information to you. But I'll give confirmation to you up to the latest version. Up to the latest version, I'm going to discuss with you. Not only this, if we come with the full stack Java, in full stack Java also every technology I'm going to take up to the latest versions only. Spring Boot 1.3 version is nowadays might be the latest version there. It's a matter of might be then few days of time only. So I'm ready to discuss about that 1. Like what the 3 versions Spring Boot microservices. Yes, sir. If you're getting my point or not, that I'm planning for that anyway. In the future, we are going to understand this content here. So this is exactly the content about like what there Java history. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity now, right? All right, sir. It's okay, fine. But I want to give some permanent link to you, permanent classroom notes document. I want to share with you. Now try to understand it. Say for example, right, sir. Now let me prepare Java 530 PM. 1 minute, sir. Just give a minute of time. Let me create it. Okay, it's okay. All right. All right, sir. All of you take this link, no? Everybody take this link. This link is for your core Java document. Daily I'm going to give the notes here. All right, whatever the notes I have given there, even that one also I want to paste here. So this link here we have to use. Okay. Now for the online people, I'm going to share that document, share that notes here in the questions box. Now try to utilize it. All right, sir. tinyurl.com/corejava530 pm notes. Right, sir. And I'm giving clarity to all of you guys. Don't worry. Just this is only starting point of the class there. Then in the syllabus we are able to have steps to prepare first Java application. The topic is available. In the steps to prepare first Java application, I'm going to take like what there, how to download the Java software and how to install Java software, everything I'm going to discuss with you. But let me complete introduction part now. After that, I'm going to talk about what there steps to prepare first Java application. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? All right, so now just I have a trial for it. Now try to check this. Are able to get this document here in the browser? Have you checked it? Or else maybe let me check this. In the browser, just copy and paste this. If we click on it, then automatically here we have to get like what the document. Yes, exactly. Now directly this document here we are getting. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute, 1 minute. Wait. Okay. Okay, no problem. Just use this one. There we are able to get directly what there this document we are able to open. There we can see the total content. Directly we are able to get this document. In the future, I will change it. I will give folder share. When more number of concepts are introduced there I will give folder URL. There we can get it clearly. Okay. Right, sir. Right. Now, Java history. The topic is completed here in the introduction content here. The next topic would be differences between what happened? Differences between Java and others. This is the next topic. And if you want to see that introduction classes content here inside this, I'm able to provide even that one also. Okay. Right, sir. Now see this one here, whatever the content here, just I given some content here. Just I want to copy and I want to paste here. Here. Okay. Right, sir. So differences between Java and others. This is the second topic what we are having. All right. Observe carefully. The very first difference here I'm going to provide. All of you observe carefully. The very first difference. What is that first difference here? I'm telling to you. C and C++ are static programming languages. but Java is a dynamic programming language. From this point onwards, our content is very much important. Try to understand it now. Up to this Java history, it's a namesake topic only. But from this point onwards, we have to understand Java effectively. Right, sir. What is the first difference here we are trying to understand there? C and C++ are what there? Static programming languages. But Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. Right, sir. Fine. What exactly the meaning of static programming language and what is the meaning of dynamic programming language? Listen carefully. Straightforward information. Understand it now. If any programming language, if any programming language is providing memory allocation for the data at a compilation time, if any programming language is providing memory allocation for the data at a compilation time, then that programming language is a static programming language. Come again, what is the static programming language? No, if any programming language is providing memory allocation for the data at what time? Compilation time, then that programming language is what their static programming language. Similarly, what is this dynamic programming language? No, if any programming language is providing memory allocation for the data at a runtime, not at compilation time. If any programming language is providing memory allocation for the data at a runtime, not at compilation time, then that type of programming language is what their dynamic programming language. Is it? Or if you get my point or not? Right, so let me write this point here. Observe carefully. If any programming language allows memory allocation for the primitive data. Primitive data is what there? Byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, character. This data is available. That is called as what there? Primitive data. If any programming language allows memory allocation for the primitive data at a compilation time, then that programming language is called static programming language. The programming language is called as what there? Static programming language. What are the examples for the static programming languages? No, if you observe this, C and C++. These programming languages are what there? Static programming languages. All of you are getting it or not? Then similarly, now tell me, how can we say C and C++ are static programming languages? How can you say this point here? No, in C and C++ applications, observe carefully. In C and C++ applications, everybody understand my point here. In C and C++ applications, memory will be provided to the data at a compilation time only. At compilation time only, not at a runtime. Memory will be allocated for the data at what time? No, compilation time only, not at the runtime. Understand it clearly. I'll give diagrammatic representation also. Don't worry for it. But first of all, let me give the definitions. After that, we are going to see internal content here. Right, sir. What is static programming language? No, if any programming language allows memory allocation for the data at a compilation time, primitive data at a compilation time, then that programming language is what there is a static programming language. Examples are what there? C and C++. In a C and C++ applications, memory will be provided to the data at compilation time only, not at the runtime. Right, sir. Now, what about this dynamic programming language? Can you understand it now? Quite opposite point here. What is the dynamic programming language there? If any programming language allows memory allocation for the primitive data at a runtime, not at compilation time, then that programming language is called what there? A dynamic programming language. The dynamic programming language. Understand it clearly. Right, sir. Then what are the examples for these dynamic programming languages? No, we can understand Java. Of course, Python is also a dynamic programming language and some other programming languages here. How can you say Java is a dynamic programming language? Point is very simple. In Java applications, memory will be allocated for the data at a runtime only. At a runtime only. I'll give one simple point also along with this. Now try to understand it. All of you listen. One more point, small point. Tell me, guys. All of you tell me. Java is an object-oriented programming language or not? Java is what there is an object-oriented programming language or not? What is the meaning of object-oriented programming language? Data must be represented in the form of objects. Data must be represented in the form of what there objects. That's the meaning of object-oriented programming language. In Java, when objects are creating in Java, objects are creating at runtime, not at compilation time. In Java, objects are creating at what time there? Runtime, not at compilation time. When objects are creating at runtime, so what is the meaning of it now? When objects are creating at runtime, automatically memory will be allocated for data at what time there? Runtime only. Why? Because data will be stored inside the objects. Data will be stored inside the object. Data will be accommodated inside the objects only in the case of Java. So in Java, when objects are created, then only data is going to be created. It means that objects are created at runtime in the case of Java. So memory will be created for the data at runtime only. So because of that reason, Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. Java is exactly what there? A dynamic programming language. Yes, sir. Are you following or not? This is that internal content here we can understand clearly now. Right, sir. I need to give one diagram also, but due to the lack of the time, I'm not discussing now. So tomorrow I will cover the diagram. Then after that, tomorrow I will continue the second point also there now. Just first point information I've given there. Tomorrow I'll explain some more points here. Then after that, I'm able to explain the remaining content here. But observe carefully. So then few days of time only. I'm going to take 1 hour class for you. Then afterwards, then at 4:30 we have to attend the classes there. 4:30 to 6 o'clock. I'm going to continue these classes with you, right? But all right, then few days of time we have to attend this 1 hour of class. Then after that I will continue with the 4:30 to 6, 1.5 hour class we are going to see, right? Right, sir. And tomorrow we are going to see our content at what time there? 5:30. 5:30 we can come. Then I'll continue the remaining part now, right? Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Till meet tomorrow. Yeah. Then what is compilation time? Then what is runtime? I will discuss with you guys and tomorrow. Don't worry. Yeah. Please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, guys, please check it. All of you get my voice on screen. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Guys, everybody, please respond for me. All of you get my voice on screen. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Good evening, guys. And just on Friday, I think so. I've taken one demo class. The continuation part here we have to discuss there anyway. So let us check the content what I discussed there on the Friday class. See this Java is available in how many parts there? Come on. Java is available in how many parts? 3 parts. What are the 3 parts there? J2SE, J2EE and J2ME. J2SE is providing only fundamentals of the Java. By using fundamentals, we are able to prepare standalone applications. Standalone application are like what? Calendar in our computer, calculator in our computer, like this. How many applications are standalone applications there? Only 5% of the applications are what there? Standalone application. What is standalone application? If we observe this, if we prepare and execute any Java application without using client server architecture or without distributing application logic over multiple machines, then that application is what? Standalone application. All right, sir. Its direct utilization is only 5%, but its dependency level is what? There 1000%. To learn J2EE, to work with J2EE applications, to work with the Selenium testing, to work with the Salesforce, and to work with the Hadoop, and so on and so on and so on. 95% of the situations we have to use what there? J2SE. So it's a dependent technology. Okay, clear. After that, next one is like what there? J2EE. Java 2 Enterprise Edition. It will provide server-side programming. It can be used to prepare enterprise applications or distributed applications. If we design and execute any application on the basis of client-server architecture or by distributing application logic over multiple machines, then that application is called as distributed application or enterprise applications. 95% of the applications are what there? Distributed applications only. Examples are given: all banking applications, all insurance applications, all social media applications, all food delivery applications, or healthcare applications, and so on and so on and so on. All these things are like what there? Like enterprise applications only. Last one is what there? J2ME. Java 2 micro edition. It's able to provide what programming here? No, micro programming. By using this micro programming, what type of applications here we are able to prepare there? Mobile based applications. How many applications are mobile based applications nowadays? No, 100% of the applications are what there? Mobile based applications. All right, next point is what we are given there. This is important. Mobile application development has very good demand in outside, but J2ME is not having any demand. It's almost all dead in outside. Okay, right, so these are the things here we have to understand clearly about this J2ME part. Right, out of all these things, J2SE and J2EE are live at present in Java. J2ME is not required. No need to learn J2ME. We can leave this one. Okay, leave this content here. All right, after this, after completion of this particular one, understand the next one here. Today, I think all of you are having syllabus sheets, right? I think all of you are having syllabus, right? Or else, even after completion of the class, you are able to get a WhatsApp message about this syllabus now, content, what I'm going to discuss with you. All right, if you want to observe this, or else maybe just 2 minutes of time, if you want to see the syllabus content here, I can give a list of content here now. So many content concepts are available. I'll give that list of content here. Let me give some list now. After that, I'll start our introduction content clearly. All right, sir. First one is like what there? Introduction. And second one is like what there? Steps to prepare first Java application. Then after this, steps to prepare first Java application. Third one is what there? Language fundamentals. After this language fundamentals, object orientation. Oops. This is very, very important. This is the heart of the Java, object orientation. Everybody must understand this oops. Without knowing that oops, we are unable to understand anything in Java. Right, next one is after completion of this object orientation, the next topic will be like what there? Some wrapper classes. And the next one is like what there? Some inner classes. Next, seventh one is like what there? Packages. After this, eighth one is what there? String manipulations, string operations. This is also be important content. String operations. So many times here we are going to use the string operations there in every project. As a common operations we are going to perform. Comparing two names, checking whether the email ID is a proper email ID or not. Anything, all the things here we are going to do. And frequently we are going to use in our applications here now. Next one is like what? Then after this, string manipulations. Next one is we need to go with what there? Exception handling. This also be another important one. After this exception handling, next one is like what there? Multi-threading. Multi-threading is also be another important one. After this multi-threading, next one is what there? IO streams. IO streams is okay, little bit, not completely. Then little bit important one here. Few topics are important. After completion of this IO streams, no. Next one is what there? Networking. Outdated, but still we are going to discuss that as part of our content here. Next one is RMI, remote method invocation. After this RMI, next one is like what there? Arrays topic I will discuss here at the 14th topic. 15th one, like what there, collection framework. This is another important. After the object orientation, the second important topic is what there, collection framework. Next one is what there, string manipulations, exception handling and multi-threading or nominal. After completion of this collection framework, then what next one here, we are going to understand there, reflection API. After this, the 17th one was there, annotations. Then after completion of these annotations, the next topic will be like what the GUI part. In a GUI, AWT, and next one is like what the Swing. Even though they are outdated, but little bit awareness I'm able to provide. Why? Because just idea, not utilized in outside. No, just idea I want to provide. Their internal topics are important, but concept-wise it is not required. But their implementations are important. That's why I'm going to discuss about it. After completion of this, next one is like what there, JVM architecture. After this JVM architecture, we are going to understand garbage collector. After this garbage collector, next one is like what the regular expressions. After this regular expressions, another topic is like what there. Right, sir. Now here, another content here. Introduction, inner class I covered. Okay, fine. JVM architecture, garbage collection, regular expressions, internationalization. Internationalization. Then after completion of this internationalization, all right. Anyway, in the list of topics here I'm giving there, if any topic if I miss no, then on-flow I'm going to be covered here. After completion of this content here, Java 8 version features. Java 8 version features. All right, from Java 8. Next one is like what there, Java 9 features, and so on and so on and so on, like this. Maybe almost 35 to 36 now here. At present, I think so. As per your say, Java 20th version, I think so. It's available, right? You said to me, yeah. Java 20th features also. I'm going to prepare. I'm going to explain to you. But as of now, I'm not having awareness on Java 20th. Up to Java 19th, okay. But I can discuss there. But I'll update it. It's a matter of one day. I'll discuss even up to Java 20th version there now. So these are overall the topics here. What we are having there clearly. If any one or two topics might be missing here, but overall content here, I'm going to discuss with you. Huge content, heavy content. Why? Because it's a core Java, fundamental. If you know fundamentals, no, then only we are able to understand what their remaining content effectively. Without having these fundamentals, we are unable to understand the Java in the future. That's why I'm going to discuss more and more about this particular content. Got it or not? Just only headlines, only titles I have given. If I take each and every title, where internally more content is going on, so that I have to discuss there clearly. Fine. All right, so after that, after understanding this, now let's come for the introduction part today. Introduction. In introduction, what topics are available? What exactly the content is available in the introduction part? Observe carefully. What exactly the content is existed here? Observe carefully. Inside the introduction topic. First one is Java history. Why Java is coming into the picture, who has provided this Java, what exactly the work that Java people have done to prepare the Java programming language, all these points. The content here we are going to understand Java history. After this, differences between Java and others. Here others in the sense like what there, C and C++. Why Java is coming? What differences you identified between Java and other programming languages like C and C++? What differences you identified there? Why Java is the best when compared with the C and the C++? And moreover, some people are having awareness on like what there. To learn Java, first we need to learn C++. To learn C++, first we need to learn C. People are having this kind of awareness. But strictly I'm telling that Java, core Java is a foundation language, fundamental programming language. No need to learn any other prerequisite. Core Java is a prerequisite. Core Java is a fundamental topic. For this fundamental, no other prerequisite is available. Directly we can start with Java. So to specify this particular point only, I'm giving some comparison like what there, Java with the C, C++. what exactly the differences are available, what differences you understood. We are going to say clearly why Java is good when compared with the C and C++. All the things you are going to be covered there. That's one thing now. After that, after completion of this, after understanding the differences, no, next one is like what there, Java features. In a 5 minutes of time, what is Java? If you want to know what exactly the behavior of the Java, what is the nature of the Java, if you want to know within 5 minutes of time, there we have to go with what there, Java features topic. Java features, the topic here we have to understand if you want to know what exactly the meaning of Java. Leave this one. After completion of this, next one is Java programming format. Java programming format. Like what there, if you want to write a program, what exactly the format here we have to follow? What is the structure we have to follow to write Java program? That we are going to understand inside this Java programming format. After the Java programming format, no, the next one is like what there, Java naming conventions, or else maybe I'll make it is a fourth one. This I want to say fifth one, Java naming conventions, where to use lowercase letters and where to use uppercase letters, that I am going to discuss. After that, here we are able to see like what there, Java programming format. That's overall, these are the topics which are available inside like what their introduction part. Sir, all of you are following or not? It's only titles one I've given up to now. Nothing I started here. Okay. Now shall we start the first topic? No. No response. Right. And the first one, very first one is like what there, Java history. Right, sir. Understand it. Before starting this topic, I'm giving clarity. This topic is only knowledge purpose. Nobody will ask questions on this. Not at all important in the point of project work. Not at all important in the point of interview. But every Java developer should know what exactly the reason why Java is coming into the picture. Who has provided Java? Why the Java is coming? Basic awareness that I am going to discuss now. Right. Observe carefully. Tell me guys, all of you know, tell me on which year Java first version was provided to the market? 1990, 1995, 1996. It's a confusion, right? 1991. No. Right. Anyway, I'm giving clarity. 1996, January 23rd. 1996, January 23rd. The very first version of the Java was introduced to the market. 1996, January 23rd. The very first version of the Java was introduced. Observe carefully. Java was provided in 1996, January 23rd, in the sense preparation was started before 1996. Preparation for Java programming language was started before 1996. But when it was started, what are the roots for this particular one? Observe carefully. In 1991, exactly, you remember the date exactly, but that is not the startup point of the Java. That is a point here. Understand it clearly. In 1991, Sun Microsystems had a requirement to prepare a new programming language in order to prepare softwares for the electronic consumer devices. Like what are the electronic consumer devices here? Like cable TV, switch boxes, next remote controllers, and so on and so on and so on. Electronic consumer devices. In 1991, Sun Microsystems had a requirement. They want to prepare a new programming language in order to prepare softwares for the electronic consumer devices like cable TV, switch boxes, remote controllers, and so on and so on. This is actual root for Java programming language. This is a requirement by Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. Got it or not? Right. Observe carefully. Understand it clearly. This is actual requirement. For this particular requirement, Sun Microsystems has gathered 30 engineers. Sun Microsystems has gathered how many members there? 30 engineers as a team led by James Gosling. Led by James Gosling. I think you already aware about this name, right? Familiar. Sun Microsystems has gathered 30 engineers led by James Gosling and Patrick Nathan. Patrick Nathan is another person. They are the two members lead for this 30 members team. Right or not? All right. With the 30 members team, Sun Microsystems has started. What they started there, Sun Microsystems started a project named as Green project. With this 30 members team, Sun Microsystems has started a project named as what there? Green project to prepare a new programming language. Yes, sir. Come again. What exactly the requirement of the Sun Microsystems? At 1991, Sun Microsystems had a requirement to prepare a new programming language in order to prepare softwares for the electronic consumer devices like cable TV switch boxes, remote controllers, and so on. See, it's a matter of electronic devices. For electronic devices, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. That's a requirement of Sun Microsystems in 1991. Clear? Sun Microsystems has gathered nearly 30 engineers as a team to prepare this new programming language. The team leads are James Gosling and Patrick Nathan. Observe carefully. James Gosling and Patrick Nathan. Actually, Patrick Nathan is a key person there in Sun Microsystems. But whole credit is available with what there James Gosling. Strictly speaking, James Gosling was available with Sun Microsystems up to Java 3rd version only. After the 3rd version, he left from Sun Microsystems. He went to some other organization. Now he is not with Sun Microsystems or Oracle Corporation. But up to 3rd version of the Java only, James Gosling was available. At the startup point of time, James Gosling is the lead for it. But actual key person in this entire total Java journey is what there Patrick Nathan. Still Patrick Nathan is available with the Java. Still is a part of the Java. Understand it now? Okay, leave this one. But most of the people are saying that father of Java. Who is the father of Java? James Gosling. James Gosling is the father of the Java. Okay, it's okay, fine. Next one is with the 30 members team, Sun Microsystems gathered or started a project named as what their Green project. Okay, fine. In a Green project, they want to start a new programming language. They want to start a new programming language. In that new programming language, they want to see 3 main features. Understand it here? Still they're in an analysis mode only. Just think of it. We are at 1991. We have an intention. We want to create a new programming language. But before going to start to prepare new programming language, before starting its implementation, first we have to analyze it. What features we want to see in that new programming language? What we want to implement in this new programming language? There, if we come for this point, Sun Microsystems wants to see 3 main features in their new programming language. What are the 3 main features they want to see on their new programming language? First one is a simple programming language. Come on, sir. Then what is this first one? A simple programming language. And the second one is tight coded programming language. Tight coded programming language. And the third one, they want to see architectural neutral programming language. Architectural neutral programming language. These three features they want to see and their new programming language. Still, they did not started to prepare new programming language. Still, they're in analysis part. A team was formed. They gathered. They started a project. Inside this, they want to see on paper what features they want to implement. Finally, they identified three features they want to provide in their new programming language. What are the three features they want to say in their new programming language? First one is what they're simple. Next one is what they're tight coded. Next one is what they're architectural neutral programming language. Now we are going to elaborate. We are going to elaborate. All right, sir. Why that programming language is a simple programming language? How that programming language is a simple programming language? How Java people are saying that their programming language, how Sun Microsystems is saying that their programming language is a simple programming language. Right. If you come for this point, they are given some reasons. What are the reasons here they have given there? First one is the programming language must take less execution time. The programming language must take what there? Less execution time. Within less execution time, that entire program has to be executed. And second reason, they are given that the programming language should take less memory, less execution time. Another one is what there? Less memory. And the third one is a funny thing. Even myself also initially I didn't believe that, but after getting information from Sun Microsystems documentation, I came to know that okay, this is also a valid reason. What they are given there? Less power consumption. I thought of it. What is the relation between programming language and power consumption there? But they had given some kind of reason. What was the reason? That we have to understand clearly. Right, sir. Anyway, I'll talk about it clearly. Let's come for this one. What is this first one here now? Less execution time. Less execution time. What's the impact of this less execution time? Simple example, guys. All of you observe carefully. Very simple point. For example, so I'm watching a football match in my TV channel. The channel number is what there? ESPN. It is available at 72 channel number. Watching a football match. My friend made a call to me. Just had a small discussion. Then after that, he asked to me, then what we are doing at present. Just I said to him, just I'm watching a football match. Immediately said to me, "Are a fool? Why you are watching that football match?" At other channel, Star Sports One channel, there is a cricket match between India and Pakistan. The match is going on effectively. Pakistan were batted. They got nearly 321 runs. Indians were started batting. Almost all 49 overs are completed. Last over is remaining. In last over, 21 runs India has to get. At one side, crease Dhoni is there. At other side, Ishant Sharma is another fielder. They are the two batsmen. They are fighting for win. Why you're watching that football match? Then try to change your channel and watch that cricket match. My friend has given this clue for me. Then immediately, then as per my friend's information, I'm getting crazy on what their cricket match. Obviously, I want to change my channel. And I've taken remote controller. Remote controller I've taken. I know that ESPN channel is what they 72. Star Sports One is going on at 75 channel. So I've taken my remote controller where I typed 7 and 5 on the remote controller. Then what happened there? It has not switched immediately. After some time, it has switched. After some time, when it was switched, when I observed the cricket match, there what happened? Man of the match presentation is going on. Dhoni is getting man of the match. Didn't see that cricket match. I thought of it, at least I want to see the last over. I on time only I've taken remote controller and I changed the channel, but my TV was not switched immediately. It has taken some time. The moment when it was switched, when I observe there what's going on, their man of the match presentation is going on. MS Dhoni is getting man of the match. He got nearly 70 plus runs. Where is the problem? Watching football match is a problem from my side. Giving late intimation by my friend is a problem. And match between India and Pakistan is a problem, no? Huh? All right, sir. The problem is where remote controller is a problem. Not with the TV. Remote controller is a problem. Understand it. Inside the remote controller, what happened there? Inside the remote controller, when I type a 7 5 channel number, immediately it is not performing its functionality. It has taken some time. It has taken some time to perform its functionality. Means that internally there is a program. Inside the remote controller, there is a program. When I type 7 5, internally that program has to be executed. That execution time of that program is taking more. When it has taken more execution time, performance of the remote controller is reduced. When more execution time is taken, performance of the remote controller is reduced. When performance of the remote controller is reduced, automatically end user will not satisfy about our product. Whatever the remote controller product here we have taken, I'm not satisfied about my product. In the next attempt, if I want to take any remote controller, I will not take this particular remote controller. I will buy some other remote controller. If I get my point or not? So your understand point, when execution time is more, automatically performance of the application is less. When execution time is less, automatically performance of the application is what there more. Understand it clearly. One more example I'm taking there. Previously, I have a tab, Samsung tab. When I want to go for some hotel or somewhere else, when I want to pay the bill, I need to scan. Then through PhonePe, I want to pay the bill. I need to scan that QR code or whatever it may be. I want to scan it. When I'm trying to scan it now, then it may take 1 or 1.5 minute of time. I need to adjust that scanner, then only I'm able to get it. Sir, got it or not? Okay. After that, when I type the payment, when I click on pay, maybe some circle is rotating. After that only it might be paid. Then up to the time I have to monitor it. I have to check it. How much time now? In some situation, that phone pay problem may be that circle is rotating only throughout the life. It's not completing it. Yes, sir, got it or not? So finally, I got irritation over my tab. I decided I don't want to use this tab. Then I want to buy a new mobile phone. I want to take a new mobile phone. After that, I waited almost 6 months of time to buy a new mobile phone, but very good mobile phone I want to take. It's a real-time example I'm telling you. I experienced it with that. Then finally, I came to know that most of the people are suggested to me, try to take iPhone. But I inquired about it. iPhone is very good phone, but the problem is what there, all operations are total in reverse. Then I recognize it. Up to at least 1 week out of I have to spend my time to understand the functionality of that mobile phone. But I don't like it. When technology is increased, flexibility I have to get. But again, I have to sit separately for that phone to learn, in the sense, who will lesson that 1 week of time. I thought of it. Next level best phone is what? Some other people have suggested to me, take OnePlus mobile phone. That's okay. That is a good thing. In OnePlus also, which one is the top end? There I identified it. So I checked for it. OnePlus mobile phone might be there. Some variants are available. 4 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, 12 GB RAM. But one more variant is available. That is what there, 16 GB RAM. Yeah, that I want to take. When 16 GB RAM, in the sense, somewhat speed is coming there. Then I've taken. Right? This is a mobile phone. I've taken it. OnePlus. When I taken this, when I go to the restaurant now, when I want to scan it now, even just like in a flash, if I rotate my mobile like it, my mobile phone like it, automatically it's scanning now. Now tell me, understand the difference now? Previously my tab I have to rotate like a bus steering. Now it's a fraction of a second. Just if I show like this, automated scanning now. Which one is better now? Forget about money. Which one is better now? Mobile phone. This OnePlus mobile phone is better or not? Or maybe Apple phone. iPhone is better or not? See, that is the end user feeling. End user is satisfying now. End user must be satisfied. So here the point is what there. And moreover, in my phone pay, when I click on it, as per this 5G network, maybe as per this phone, new mobile phone might be, when I click on, even my finger is also not touching on that icon, app icon, automatically it's open. Automatically it's asking about the money. When I type it now, within fraction of seconds, the payment is going on. In my mobile phone, nearly 28 GB RAM is there. 16 GB is a physical RAM and 12 GB is virtual RAM. Understand it clearly what I'm telling there. So here the point is not like mobile phone and not like any other one. Less execution time, more performance, and user is happy. More execution time, less performance, and user is not happy. We are preparing all the software products and everything for the sake of satisfying end user. When end user is happy, then the product is getting very good demand. When end user is not happy, product is not getting demand. That's why now the execution time is providing impact or not. Execution time is important factor or not. So because of that reason, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare their new programming language. Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It has to take less execution time and it has to provide more performance for their applications. That Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It must take less execution time and it has to provide what there more performance. This is a clear-cut information here. What I'm telling you. This is a punch here. Next one is what? After completion of this, lesser memory. All of you guys observe carefully. What next one here? Less memory. What is this less memory actually? What you are thinking about less memory? Everybody understand it clearly. For example, I want to take a computer, guys. I want to take a laptop. Again, this is an example here. Just 1 year back, I have taken this laptop. Previously, I had all-in-one PC. In that all-in-one PC, what happened there? By default, they have given memories what they're only 4 GB RAM. Lenovo all-in-one PC, 4 GB RAM they have given. When I'm trying to open my enterprise applications now, then myself is a person I used to take the classes for entire Java, maybe advanced Java or like what their frameworks, like different things. When I open Oracle database in my laptop now, it's getting some delay, slow down, totally slow down. When I open my server, WebLogic server and Oracle database there, it's totally slow down. When I click on this execute button there, it is taking some time here. Even the Eclipse side is not responding in some situation. So I faced a lot of problems there now. Then after that, I decided I want to take a new laptop. I went to the computer shop. In the computer shop, might be there is a representative. I asked him, I want to take a laptop. Can you give some like quotation for my laptop? Fine, he has given a quotation. What was that quotation he has given there? Total, all the motherboard and RAM, like ROM, all peripherals and everything he has given there. And finally, he said to me, the cost of the laptop is 48,000 Lenovo. Where I seen that 48,000 they have given, then I observed it. What components they have included, a motherboard and operating system, everything is okay. But where I identified the RAM size is only 8 GB RAM. What's that GB there? 8 GB RAM. I identified it. And then immediately I thought of it. Actually, previously 4 GB RAM. It was totally slowed down. Again, if I take 8 GB RAM, if I open 2 to 3 other softwares, no, again it is getting slow or not? Again it is slow down or not? So now with 8 GB RAM, I'm not satisfying with that. Just I requested him, can you make it is 12 GB RAM or 16 GB RAM like this? Yes. Okay, no problem. I can take this. You can take directly this one. Later, I have a service center. In my service center, I'm going to make it is 16 GB RAM like this. Okay. Then okay, I accepted it. Then immediately I was taking that quotation paper where he changed the cost. Cost of the laptop is what there now this time 55,000. Previously 48,000. Now it is what there 58,000, 55,000. What happened? When memory is increased, automatically cost of the product is increased or not? Memory is a costful. When memory is increased, automatically cost of the end product is increased or not? No, my laptop previously 48,000. When I made it is a 16 GB RAM, automatically it is increased. Its cost is increased 55,000. So now tell me, if it is more cost, who will take that particular component? No? Who will take that particular product? If it's more cost, who will take it now? One simple example, one more example I can take. The same OnePlus phone, originally it has number of variants, 16 GB RAM, 256 memory. At the same time, 16 GB RAM and 512 memory is also available. But that OnePlus providers have not released 512 memory variant inside in India. Why they are not introduced? What is the reason for it now? As per the Indian market, 16 GB RAM max. As per the Indians psychology, max majority of the people, they are going to buy the mobile phone within the range of like 20,000, 25,000, max 30, 35. Less number of people are going to take the mobile phones up to 50,000 or maybe 70,000. Market is not going to be high for the 70,000 like this. 512 variant is having the cost is nearly 59,000, 60 plus, 60,000 plus. They understood that people are not going to take that mobile phone. They stopped it. That variant, they stopped it. Lower variants, they released it. But in China, they are released it. In US, it was released there. But in India only, they are not released. Why? They understood the business of Indian people, the psychology of Indian people. So which is not going to be taken more. Because of that reason, they stopped that variant. Memory. The point is what there? Memory. Understand my point? If the cost is more, people are not ready to take that. Reasonable cost is required or not? Okay, when cost will be increased, when memory is increased. When memory is reduced, cost of the product is reduced. Am I right or not? When memory is increased, cost of the end product will be increased. When memory is lesser, cost of the end product will be lesser. Because of that reason, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It must take less memory for executing its applications. Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It must take less memory, not more memory. Within less memory, that programs have to be executed. In that way, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. Sir, all of you get my point or not? That's okay, fine. Let's come to the third point here. What about this third point here? Understand it clearly. Less power consumption. Now, this is a point here. Now, coming for this point. What I identified the content here. Now, try to understand it clearly. For example, if you take remote controller, for example, understand it. Remote controller. Remote controller is working on the base of the batteries or not? Inside the remote controller, some energy is required or not? So power is required or not? That is through batteries, that energy will be provided or not? Okay. Listen carefully. At present, my remote controller must require 2 batteries. Their lifetime is 6 months of time. For every 6 months of time, I have to change the batteries. The cost of the battery is 100 rupees. So for every 6 months of time, 100 rupees I have to spend for what there? My remote controller. That means maintenance cost of my remote controller for every 6 months of time is what there? 100 rupees. Listen, clear cut information. Okay, fine, leave it. After that, if we observe inside the remote controller, 2 things are available. One is a software, another one is a hardware. Am I right or not? 2 things are available inside the remote controller: software and hardware. In every electronic consumer, in every electronic device, these 2 things are mandatory: software component and hardware component. When I type some number 7 2, previous example, when I type one number on remote controller, software will listen our user action. Then software will give directions to the hardware components to perform this particular action. Say for example, power button, if I type, when I click on power button, software will listen it. Okay, user wants to switch off this. Then immediately that software will give instructions to the hardware component. Hardware component will do the action physically. Hardware component will do the action physically. Hardware component will switch off the device. Software component will not switch off the device. Only hardware component will switch off the device, but software component will give information to the hardware component. Yes, sir. Got it or not? What I am telling them. So when I type some number on my remote controller, software will listen user action. Software will pass that instructions to the hardware component. Hardware component will do the real action. So finally, what I required now, some interaction is required between software and hardware or not? Some interaction is required between software component and hardware component or not? Right, sir. Listen carefully. If that interaction is less energy consumption is going on. If the software component is interacting with the hardware component more interaction is available between software component and hardware component, automatically energy consumption will be more. Please recognize my point, Ken. Automatically energy consumption will be more. Am I right or not? When energy consumption is more between software component and hardware component, automatically the battery's lifetime will be reduced or not? Batteries are drain up or not? Battery's lifetime will be reduced or not? Previously, for every 6 months of time, we have to change the batteries, no? But now, because of this more hardware interaction, for every 3 months of time, we have to change the batteries, no? That means for every 3 months of time, we have to put 100 rupees, no? Now, maintenance cost of the end product is increased or not? Maintenance cost of the end product is increased or not? Because of this reason, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare their new programming language. It should have less hardware interaction. It should require less energy consumption. It should require like what there? Less power consumption. When it is less power consumption, automatically maintenance cost of the end product will be reduced. Maintenance cost of the end product will be reduced. Sir, all of you get my point or not? Maintenance cost is also be very important. As per the survey, if you observe this, in Indian market, two types of cars are available. What are the two types of cars now? Like diesel cars and petrol cars. Which one is getting more now? Tell me in outside market, no? Petrol cars or diesel cars now? Diesel cars are selling more. Why? Cost of the diesel is somewhat less when compared with what there? Petrol. Am I right or not? No, but nowadays the trending is what there? Electric cars. Electric cars. One time is a payment, no? But every time we have to recharge it. No petrol, nothing else. Right or not? So maintenance cost, definitely. And the product maintenance cost is also be important factor. Customers may be attracted for the less maintenance cost only. Am I right or not? Here also be Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language that should take less power consumption, means that less maintenance cost. So still, this is the idea of Sun Microsystems. This is the analysis of the Sun Microsystems to prepare their new programming language. Still, new programming language was not prepared, not started. New programming language was not yet started. Just it is the idea of Sun Microsystems, what they want to see on their new programming language. Then immediately what happened here? No, observe carefully. They started to prepare new programming language in 1991. They took nearly 2 years of time to prepare this new programming language. Entire 1991 this taken, and up to end of 1992 they prepared new programming language. They completed the preparation of the new programming language. Just 1 minute, guys. I think so. Just only one factor I discussed here. What is that factor there? Simple one I discussed here. Remaining two factors here I have to discuss. After that, I'll go for the completion of the new programming language. Now let's come for this one. What is this next one again? Tight coded programming language. What is the meaning of this tight coded programming language, guys? Observe carefully, all of you know. Say for example, all of you are aware about this stack operations. Stack, one of the data structure. Do you aware about it? Stack, no? Any idea on this stack? Any idea on this stack? Right, sir. Stack is a data structures. Am I right or not? What are the various operations for the stack now? Tell me. First one is like what there? Push. And second one is like what there? Pop. Actually, there is a third one, that is what there? Peak. Push in the sense inserting an element. Pop in the sense read and remove. Read and remove. Peak in the sense just read but not remove. Peak is what there? Just read what is top of the element. That's it. But not remove. They are the three operations. Good, nice. In the C programming language, I'm asking this question to you. Not try to answer, but just general knowledge only. To perform push operation on an average, we are going to take nearly 20 lines of code. 20 lines of code on an average. To perform pop operation again, 20 lines of code we are going to take. To perform peak operations again here, 20 lines of code here we are going to take. Overall, in C programming language, to perform the stack operations, how many lines of code here we are going to consume there? 60 lines of code on an average here we are able to consume. How many lines of code here we are going to consume there? 60 lines of code. Yes, sir, got it or not? Understand it, no? Same stack operations in Java. Same stack operations in Java. If you observe this, all of you observe carefully. Same stack operations in Java. If you think about it, stack S is equal to new stack as a predefined class. S dot push of complete. My push operation is completed. S dot pop, my pop operation is completed. S dot peak, my peak operation is completed. Finish. Now tell me overall in Java, how many lines of code is available totally? Total, how many lines of code is available here? 4 lines of code is existing. But in C and C++, 6 lines of code. But in Java, 4 lines of code. Listen carefully. If any programming language is taking more number of finish sections, then that programming language is a loose coded programming language. What is that programming language there? Loose coded programming language. For a particular requirement, if any programming language is taking more and more number of finish sections, no, then that programming language is what there? Loose coded programming language. If any programming language is taking less number of finish sections, less number stack operations are same in C in Java, but in C 60 lines of code, in Java 4 lines of code. If any programming language is taking less number of finish sections to perform the same stack operation, to perform the same operations, no, then that programming language is loose tight coded programming language. That programming language is what there? Tight coded programming language. Now tell me here, C programming language and Java, two examples I have taken. Which programming language is a tight coded programming language? Come on, which programming language is tight coded programming language? Obviously Java. Java is what the tight coded programming language, but C is what their loose coded programming language. Why? Because it takes more number of instructions to perform a particular operation, but in the case of Java, it will take only less number of instructions to perform the same operation kernel. So that's the meaning of like what their tight coded programming language. Right. Last one is like what their architectural neutral programming language. What is the last one here? Architectural neutral programming language. What is the meaning of this architectural neutral programming language? No, observe carefully, straightforward information. Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It should not be bound with a particular operating system and a particular hardware system. It must be executed its applications in all the operating systems, in all the hardware systems. In that way, they want to prepare a new programming language. That means what's the point I'm telling there? Independent of all the hardware systems, independent of all the hardware systems, in every hardware system that Java has to execute its applications. In that way, they want to prepare their new programming language. That's why they have taken the factor is what their architectural neutral, architecture in the sense hardware system, neutral to the hardware systems. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? Now tell me, all of you know, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language in green project. That new programming language must have 3 features. What features they want to see on the new programming language? Simple programming language, tight coded programming language. Then what next one here? Architectural neutral programming language. Yes, sir, got it or not? What's the meaning of simple programming language? Less execution time, less memory, less power consumption. What's the meaning of tight coded here? No, less number of instructions, more implementation. Less number of instructions and more productivity. Less number of instructions, more implementation. Right. What's the meaning of this architectural neutral? It's an independent to all the hardware systems. It can run its applications in every hardware system. It can run its applications in every hardware system. This is what exactly the meaning of like what the architectural neutral programming language. Yes, sir, all of you are getting my point or not? So finally, what happened here? No, the total somewhat information can I discuss here about this history. Right. After this, right, sir. Then few more points are remaining here. Then almost another time is like 6:35. No, can I discuss the remaining part tomorrow? Right. Then few days only 1 hour class I'm going to take. Then after that, I'm going to take your class right from 4:30. Yes, sir. Got it or not? Now 5:30 I'm taking the class. Now 4:30 to 6 is an official time for us for our class. Now, but up to these classes, I'm going to take like this 1 hour 5:30 to 6:30 like this. After that, I will start our class at what time there? 4:30. Please remember this. Okay. But when onwards I'm going to take this, I'll give intimation to you clearly in our classes. Okay. Then tomorrow I'll continue the remaining part here. Tomorrow we are going to see the content. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Which one? Yeah, sure, sure. Every class is recorded. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Am I audible, guys? Am I audible? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Good evening, guys. Right, sir. In the last session, what we completed there in the content here we discussed now in the last class. And differences between Java and others. The topic we started there in the last class. In the differences between Java and others, just we have started our conversation. Now let us understand the content here. Introduction topic I started. In that introduction part, what we completed, just a Java history, the topic I completed. Java history, in the sense what there? Java history. Then what is the background story for Java? Why Java is coming? Only these few points I completed there. Okay. Then immediately we started with the differences between Java and others. In others part, what we have taken there, no, C and C++. These two things here I have taken there in the comparison. Then after that, from this, in the comparison here, what we completed there, if you observe this point now, first one is like what there, C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is what there, a dynamic programming language. There are given some kind of points here. Now try to understand it clearly. I want to give some explanation. Already required points I have given there, but I want to give some more explanation. Now try to understand this clearly. Right, sir. For example, all of you observe this clearly. For example, I have written a program. I have written a program. This is what actually .java file. .java or .c, whatever it may say. For example, .c. I've taken it. Here I have written some lines of code, number of instructions. Here I have written coding part. Now tell me, all of you tell me, who has written this program? Developer or not? Developer, programmer has written this code. How programmer has written this code? Programmer has written this code in his understandable language. Developer has written this code in his understandable language. Am I right or not? So what is the developer understandable language? No. Developer understandable language is what? High level language. High level language is what the developer understandable language. Got it or not? Fine. I completed this program. Then I have to execute this program or not? Everybody understand my point here? I have to execute this program or not? To execute this program, here we have to use a mission. Here we have to use what there? A mission. All right, now here I want to say like what there? Execution. This is like what there? Execution. This execution would be performed by an engine. In the case of C, that engine is called as what there? C engine. C programs are executed by an engine, C engine. C++ programs are executed by an engine, C++ engine. Similarly, Java programs are executed by an engine, Java engine. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? C engine, C++ engine, Java engine. Python programs are executed by an engine, Python engine. So different names are available for Java engine and Python engine. Python engine is also be called as PVM, PVM, Python Virtual Machine. Java programs are executed by an engine called as JVM, Java Virtual Machine. In this way, here we are having some other names. So, okay, fine. This is C engine. Gotcha. If you provide this C engine, if you provide this C program to the C engine has to execute that program and it has to give some output. C engine has to execute that program and it has to give some output. What is that output here? It has to provide there some output. Whatever the program we have written, as per that some output here we are getting. But here we have a problem. There is a problem here. What is the problem here? We are able to get now. Observe carefully. Now tell me, C engine is a mission or not? C engine is what there is a mission, just like a some hardware related, or maybe some engine, right? It's a mission. It's not human being. It able to understand. It able to execute only low-level language representations. That mission is able to understand only mission language, low-level representation. But observe carefully here. Here we provided program in what language? No, high-level language. Of course, C programming language only. Int I is equal to 10 now, high-level representation. Say for example, what is this high-level representation actually? Int I is equal to 10 is a high-level representation. But what is this low-level representation actually? This is low-level representation. Zeros and ones is what their mission language, low-level representation. So we have written our program in what representation? No, high-level representation. But C engine required the program in what representation? No, low-level representation. Are able to follow or not? This is what their high level. This is what their low-level representation. But there some miscommunication is available or not? Some miscommunication is available. So we are unable to execute our program in this case now. But I want to make it is execute. If you want to execute this program, then what we have to do there? Here we need to go for some approach. What is that approach here we have to do there? Now try to understand it. If you want to execute this program, first we have to convert our program from high level representation to low level representation. First we have to convert our program from high level representation to low level representation. Here I'm going to take some converter or a translator. Here I want to take translator. Here I'm going to take translator. Here I want to take this translator has to take this high level program as an input. It has to convert that high level program into low level program. The total low level program here we are going to get in the form of a separate file. Low level program here we are able to get in the form of what there? A separate file. That file is like what there? .exe file. Inside this .exe file, then what we are able to have there? Here we are able to have like what there? Low level representations totally. Here this is totally what there? Low level representation here we can understand. Right, sir. These are like what their low level representations. Right, sir. We can understand this. Low level representation. This is low level representation. Okay. Whenever we are getting this low level representation, if we give this low level represented code to the C engine, now C engine will execute this low level code. C engine is able to provide the required output. C engine is able to provide what there? The required output. Now this is what exactly the process of executing our program. Are you getting it or not? Now you can understand it clearly. Here we have used some translation process to translate the program from high level representation to low level representation. Now, this translation process is called as what then? Compilation. This translation process is called as what there? Compilation. Now tell me here, what is the meaning of this compilation clearly? What exactly the meaning of compilation here? If you observe this point here, answer is very clear. Compilation is a process of converting program from high level representation to low level representation. This is point number one. Okay, observe carefully. Again, I'm asking there, what exactly the purpose of this compilations? No, I'm going to give some points here. Compilation, in the sense, two things. One is what the conversion from high level language to what next one can know low level language, high level language to low level language conversion. And second thing is what there. Now tell me all of you know who has written that program. Who has written that program? Programmer, developer. Am I right or not? Human being only. Developer in the sense what there? Human being. See, human being may go for some number of mistakes in our program. While writing the program, number of mistakes here we are going to do. Definitely, it's a minimum fundamental right for human being committing the mistakes. Am I right or not? Having mistakes in our program is not a crime. Having mistakes in our program is not a crime, is not a wrong thing. It's a common thing for everybody. But without checking whether our program containing errors or not, without checking whether our program contains errors or not, trying to execute the program is a crime. Are you able to follow or not? Without checking whether our program contains errors or not, you are trying to execute our program is a big crime. So what is the point I'm telling there? Before executing our program, first we have to check whether our program contains any error or not. Before executing our program, first we have to check whether our program is having any error or not. If our program is having error, then we have to correct that program again. If no errors are identified there, then program is going to be executed. So definitely we need to perform some error checking or not. In our program, we have to perform some error checking or not. Exactly. That error checking here we are going to do with what there? That compilation only. Compilation is responsible for what there? Error checking. Compilation is responsible for what there? Error checking. Is it all of you are getting clarity on this points now? Is my point is clear to all of you? Right, sir. Now tell me, two responsibilities are available for compilation. What are the two responsibilities now? Come on, one is what there? Converting program from high level representation to low level representation. Second one is what there? Error checking. Error checking is one responsibility. Converting from high level to low level, this is another responsibility. Yes, all of you are getting clarity why we need to go for compilation? No, no response, guys. Fine. Let's come for the next point now. Observe carefully. The time when we perform compilation, is called as compilation time. The time when we perform compilation is what there? Compilation time. Got it or not? The time when we perform compilation is compilation time. Compilation time is also be called as static time. Compilation time is also be called as what there? Static time. Next one, the time when we perform execution, that is called as execution time. The time when we perform execution is also be called as what there? Execution time. Execution time is also be called as what there? Dynamic time. Dynamic time is also be called as what there? Runtime. They are the names, different names. The time when we perform compilation, static time or compilation time. The time when we execute our program, execution time, dynamic time, and runtime. Sir, all of you get my point or not? Okay, now observe carefully. One more point I'm telling you. For example, int a is equal to 10. I have written this instruction. Int a is equal to 10. Now tell me, for a variable, this is a variable. For a variable, 2 bytes of memory will be allocated or not? Internally, the 10 is a data. The 10 data has to be stored or not? Where the 10 data has to be stored in internal memory. Am I right or not? So here, what we are able to have there, 10 is a data here now. A value and 10 is a data. The 10 data will be provided within what there? 2 bytes of memory. Am I right or not? That means for every data type, on the base of data type, for integer, 2 bytes of memory will be allocated. So this is a primitive data. For this primitive data, memory must be allocated or not? For the primitive data, memory must be allocated or not? Please recognize my point, what I'm telling here. Definitely, memory will be allocated for the primitive data. Clear or not? Okay, now listen carefully. I'm giving conclusion, try to understand it now. If any programming language allows memory allocation for the primitive data at a compilation time, not at runtime, at a compilation time. If any programming language provides memory allocation for the primitive data at a compilation time, not at runtime, that programming language is called as static programming language. That programming language is what there? Static programming language. All of you are getting clarity what I'm telling there? If any programming language allows memory allocation for the primitive data at a compilation time, not at runtime, then that programming language is called as what there? Static programming language. Similarly, if any programming language allows memory allocation for the primitive data at runtime, not at compilation time. At what time there? No, runtime. Then that programming language is called as dynamic programming language. The programming language is what there? Dynamic programming language. Is that clear or not? Right. So now observe carefully. Of course, I want to give even this diagram also for you. In the document, I will include even this diagram also. Now observe carefully. What is the definition you are given there? What is the first difference between Java and others? So now tell me, what is the very first difference here? C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. Tell me, what is the point I have given there? Yesterday, I think in the last class I given the point here. What was the point I have given there? If any programming language allows memory allocation for the primitive data at a compilation time, then that programming language is called static programming language. Examples for static programming language is what there? C and C++. Observe carefully. Next one is, what is this? How this is a static programming language now? In C and C++ applications, memory will be provided to the data at a compilation time only, not at a runtime. So C and C++ are what their static programming languages. Next one, if any programming language allows memory allocation for the primitive data at a runtime, if any programming language allows memory allocation for the primitive data at a runtime, then that programming language is called as what there? Dynamic programming language. Examples are what there? Java, Python. In Java applications, memory will be allocated for the data at what time here? At a runtime. In Java applications, memory will be allocated for the data at what time here? No? At a runtime. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? What I'm telling you now. That's okay now. This is the first difference here, what we identified clearly. Okay, that's okay, fine. Now this is completed. Then what next one here? After completion of this, second difference here we are going to understand. All of you observe carefully the second difference now. Everybody understand it now? Preprocessor is required in C and C++, but a preprocessor is not required in Java. Sir, all of you are getting clarity on this? Preprocessor is required in C and C++, but a preprocessor is not required in Java. Clear? Right. All of you observe carefully. Before going to understand, preprocessor is required or not required in C, C++ and in Java. Before understanding this preprocessor required or not required in C, C++ and Java, first of all, we have to understand what is preprocessor, what is the role of the preprocessor in a programming, where this preprocessor is existed, what it is able to perform, what it is able to do in our programming languages. That all the points here we have to understand. After that, we will decide whether preprocessor is required or not required in C, C++ and Java. Yes, sir, all of you are getting it or not? What I am telling you. Right, sir. Now let us understand the content here. What I am telling to you. Observe carefully. I want to give one diagram here. For example, I'm going to write a program. Now this we can understand a C program. Dot C. This is what there a C program dot C. Observe carefully. Next one is we need to perform compilation. Here we have to perform what there compilation. When we perform compilation, now tell me guys, after compilation of our C program, what files here we are able to get? What file here we are able to get? Already we have seen in the previous diagram there. Of course, different files here we are able to get .obj, .ai. Finally here what we are able to get no .exe file. That what we required. After that, whenever we are getting this .exe file, there we can execute our program. So now here we have to perform like what there execution process. Execution process here we have to perform.